Boy. Well, what's up, everybody? It's me again with your weekly Wednesday episode of Genshin. I've had one hell of a day. I am tired, admittedly. And I was going to do this hours ago, but as things usually have been going for me lately, got held up quite a bit. Hold up. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I could be heard. Because that's been happening again lately. Yeah, you know what? We set in traps. I'm pretty sure they're catching Furina. I don't think I was paying that much attention last week. I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry. I'm like just... Life is life, and it's tripping me the feck out right now. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and hopefully finish this quest line today. So before we get started, there's the usuals. Make sure you all check out the 3 links in the description. My brother's channel, of course. Go check him out. Then there's a Discord we're running, a little community.
I do try to lighten the mood sometimes.
Shut
but
up. Anyways. There's a little Discord we're running, a little community we're building up, and then there's a donation link if you want to support the channel in that way. Feel free. So, with all that being said, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join us in this and many other awesome adventures. Let me just say, it might seem like I'm not enjoying the game, but I am. I truly am enjoying the game. I just... Hell, I feel sick right now, to be honest. But I'm gonna do this because there's an audience for it. People want to see it. I also do really enjoy the story myself. So let go.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much has been happening.
Those meetings sure did make me hungry.
I didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but everyone seemed pretty fired up, huh?
I feel like I can't breathe, to be honest.
Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised.
Ah, shit, I'm looking at stuff on my phone. Do you feel more confident after the meetings, Paimon?
Well... It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any experience with this sort of thing. But with you around, Paimon sure will do great. After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Huh?
Is something wrong?
Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all.
No, I didn't.
Then what's that?
Why can't I breathe?
I've never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened.
What?
I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Who's that voice? But there's no one here.
What a strange conclusion. But also such an interesting one. You two make such a fascinating combo. And yet, even you feel confused. As such, I couldn't resist but come by for some tea and a chat.
Who are you? What do you want with us?
Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim.
Friend's disciple? So this is one of the friends of Mona's master?
Precisely. Call me in, a mage who wanders the world. At least, that's how my friends have suggested I introduce myself.
Allow me to ask you, will Fontaine's prophecy come true?
The prophecy. Yes. What has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
People call such things fate, and it is written in the stars. It cannot so easily be altered.
There it is again. Fate. Can there really be no exceptions?
Ah,
What's my
so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods,
I'm about to die on
could
stream.
things be happening in hidden corners, where the god's gaze does not fall? Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
The tea in the cup is... Wait. The tea in the teacup is just about gone as well.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others, you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Teyvat's future. All you need to do is to play your part. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. It's gone.
Mage Inn. Is this a clue you're leaving for us? Okay.
What? I want to hear someone talking. All right, coming.
You're getting more diligent, Paimon.
Hey, it's you who's getting lazy, okay?
Well, I see I've walked
Was
in
that
on
the one
some
that was
lively banter.
Luna!
How have you been these past few days?
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird panel. It turned out to be more interesting than I expected. Not all Fontanians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes, it was Charlotte. I assume you've heard of her, no? That daredevil journalist? I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Actually, somebody already came over.
Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
I believe she came to pass she came to pass a message to us.
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... Well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
Whoa. The Hexen Circle sounds like a scary group. But they must really stay in shape to live so long.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so... Perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now.
True, her words were meant as a helpful hint. but when will we realize their value and meaning? Was that the best answer that my question could have gotten?
Traveler, Paimon, are you two all right?
Oh, we're fine. We're just a little down right now. It kind of feels like the end is coming, you know?
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed. But even so, I still hope for, and believe in, miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful. Perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff. I need to get going.
Don't worry about it, Mona, and thank you.
It was worth trying to comfort you,
Mona
even if
Lisa.
only a little.
Hey.
I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did.
I love that song.
I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by
Love when you try
coincidence.
to make it out your mind, but you can't turn the radio down.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said,
Of anyone
but
else.
also kind of sad too. Hey, Traveler, Paimon suddenly feels like going outside for a walk. Let's go.
Love is when you try to make it out alive.
Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by.
And you can't turn the radio down. And you can't think of anyone. Oh, look, I can see your face in the Parisian paintings. The Mona Lisa. I'm about to watch Spider-Verse tonight, bro. Those are great movies. What is it? Ah. This is a beautiful city. I just wish the swashbuckling got back into this story, you know?
Huh? Our names are written in this newspaper. What's going on?
Maybe we're famous?
Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its noble autonomy, but that does not mean that others cannot interact with it. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte still hasn't given up on that. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report? A blonde adventurer with their white fairy, legends trailing in their wake. It is said that this mysterious traveler once visited the underwater fortress. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not fear, for the tales of the traveler contain surprises in spades. Journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet, the Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead?
That sure seems to be the case.
Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. Those headlines and photos do look cool, so Paimon will forgive her this time.
They really got into the music at that point.
We're here! Paimon's hungry. Should we go in and get something to eat? Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition only 16 slices a day cake!
It hasn't already sold out for the day?
we tried it. Despite the tense situation we were in, let's give it another go. I'm sure it'll be great.
We can't let anyone get ahead of us. I thought something scary was about to happen. Like it started shaking the cam and whatnot.
One slice of cake, please.
Damn.
Someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Nervalette was right. You really can eat.
Wait, did he really say something like that?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
This weird pause. What's up with these pauses?
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon, and you wouldn't get to eat cake here anymore? What would you think?
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe the waters will rise tomorrow.
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
like in the prophecy.
Oh, the prophecy.
What a tone shift.
To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No. Still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today. No. It's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's what people call living, you know.
Bars right there. What was just said should be listened to the highest extent. Keep on living. Forget tomorrow. Deal with tomorrow. But for now, stay in the moment. You know, like Yoda said, keep your mind on where you are and what you're doing.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more slices of cake to go? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sichuan?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans. She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily, yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right? Bye.
I like these little guys.
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. I'm unsure this cake will be delicious. It's more delicious than last time, and the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea. It sure would be nice if we could come again tomorrow. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food here.
What did you want exactly?
Where'd that voice go? Who said that? Alright, you don't talk. I don't know why I'm buying Fanta. But I know I need these ingredients so I can actually cook some food to heal myself. There's no purchase all option. There we go.
If you want tea or water, just help yourselves.
Okay, it's not the voice actor I thought it was.
Do another show.
I'm so annoyed.
None of you talk? No? Okay. I've recognized a lot of voice actors in this.
We're near the Seabird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
I don't know where Charlotte is. What the hell just happened? Am I really gonna have to call this person for help? I'm calling Cal. Like, although I'm sure Cal is busy, I don't know what the fuck to do right now. This it just puzzled the hell out of me. Oh, wait. Oh, but I just figured it out. Never mind. Whoops. I was so confused. Like, what? Can't this game just to, like, put me in a straight line and let me do what needs to be done? Thank God that wasn't a cliff. I had no stamina. Just jumping blindly. And here we go. They don't talk. Truly spectacular weather today, no? Yes, truly. Quite comfortable. If only the weather was this cooperative every workday, I should be quite merry indeed. And speaking of work, my dear, you two are interviewed for the troubleshooter position advertised in our Tales of Humanity section, are you not? I am. Excellent. You didn't ask any questions about the title troubleshooter, and thus it can be surmised that Ethan's word choice, while eccentric, is simple and easy to understand. Yeah, I'm just trying to skip any explanation she might give me. No, don't finish the quest. I don't have any headphones. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, oh, wait. Whoops, I didn't read that. Putting that aside for a moment, would you like to know how I was able to correctly ascertain that you were here for the job and not seeking to ask for help in Tales of the Humanity? I don't. What? I don't want to do this. Wait. Your boy's bamboozled. Observation. Every citizen who comes to the Steambird seeking help appears anxious and jittery. But your steps are relaxed and your expression calm. Those who are fortunate are all the same. Those who fall victim to misfortune all have their own woes. I need to go get my glasses. But you needn't worry. Those who seek assistance from others via Tales of Humanity haven't run into any serious trouble. So it wouldn't be hard to handle. Bro, can we just get back to what I was doing? Have a look at the back. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not doing this. You're not about to side quest me. That's all this is.
no! If it isn't the traveler
Okay,
in
yeah,
Paimon! Oh, have you seen the article I wrote about you?
Ha! You've got some nerve! You just used us to make some quick mora!
Can we negotiate a profit split?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a
Poisson?
letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't receive it, though. It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even set the table with some food.
Really? Oh, you're the best!
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist with ulterior motives, you'd be in trouble now, you know.
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you looking for me?
A friend of ours met you a while back, and when she mentioned it, we thought of coming to see you. Her name's Mona.
Ah, so you know Miss Mona as well. She's a guest columnist for our paper. A really good one, too. She's so young and already such a brilliant astrologist. So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a real daredevil of a journalist.
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to request an exclusive interview with the legendary traveler and Paimon?
Huh? So your article in the paper today doesn't count?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the things you've seen and experienced.
You seriously want to interview me?
Yeah, are we even qualified enough?
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it. But not right now, of course. I'll need a few days to prepare.
Oh, in that case, we'll just chat when you have the time then?
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting, a venue, some props, and... Whew, so much to get done now. Talk to you later.
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If, just for example,
Paimon so
Fontaine
pale?
were
Was she
to
always
be
like that?
flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Huh, that's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene. And secondly, I wouldn't forsake my homeland that easily. From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. In truth, it might be better just to behave like normal rather than worry over such an end. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, then the story I would wind up writing would truly be timeless. And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job, and I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind. I guess you could say that I was born to be a journalist. But anyway, that's my answer. And on that note, I'll get back to my preparations.
That's so nice. All of a sudden, Paimon actually kinda envies her. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking.
Yes.
If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do?
If I could choose, huh? It's just like Charlotte said. Suddenly trying to consider what to do is pointless.
We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. We didn't have to either, with us always being on the road and whatnot.
Until that moment comes, I think I'll keep journeying on.
You mean, still traveling?
Yes, cherish every single moment that I have to look upon in this world.
Huh. Wait, isn't that what we've always been doing?
I could have read that out loud because it actually isn't on auto this time. Navia, have you finished her business in Poisson? Even just by to take a photo of the two of you. All goes well.
Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay here long enough. But it's still better than the Fortress of Masquerade, that's for sure. It's not only damp there, but salty too.
So the two of you are still here. Wonderful.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the Fortress of Masquerade.
So are you under the impression that we might be wanted criminals?
Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Actually, I'm here to pass along a message from him.
Let's hear it. Did something happen?
Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious. Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her, loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis. And before she could respond, others started to join in. The crowd continued to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to break out.
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they've been under due to the prophecy.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel threatened, gods are also the first to be blamed.
So what happened after that? Is Farina okay?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that she'd gotten tired of this and left in a hurry. The Maréchaussée Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Farina had gone. Only when things had stabilized did we realize that she had gone missing.
So, you mean she's still missing?
That's right. The Maréchaussée has dispatched many people to search for her, but we don't have any leads yet. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god after all. Even if she were to fall into the hands of rioters, what could ordinary people do to her?
I understand the situation.
Good. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to tell you about the situation, but he didn't say anything else.
Don't worry, this is more than enough to go on. Thanks for keeping us informed.
Ah, is that so? Well, all right then. In that case, you two take care. I'll be heading back to the Palais now.
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then.
Got a thumbnail. He sure caught on quickly.
If we know Farina, she won't try to fix things in this situation. Instead, she'll look for a place to wait out the heat. And, as we also know, she may be loud and dramatic, but she doesn't have a heart of stone. When Nervillet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard about Poisson, she couldn't hide her sadness and remorse. It would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the public today. Paimon thinks Farina's probably taken the opportunity to slip away to Poisson and try to relieve the sense of guilt that she's feeling. Huh. Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but Paimon can do the analysis to back it up, too. Cool, huh?
I see becoming detectives done you some good.
In that case, there's not a moment to lose. Poisson, here we come!
They built a beautiful ass city for this region, only for us to spend most of the time out here underground. Like, apples came out of that. Basket of radishes. Guess I gotta do another.
This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible. That's Farina, right over there. She really is here all on her own.
Damn, why do I not? It happens so much that I like don't actually let the line finish before I start talking. But shh, stay quiet for now.
Should I just give up?
She about
This
to
is
jump.
all meaningless. What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Maybe this could be the thumbnail. Shit.
Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry. But what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over?
Fiorina.
Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina. It's just us.
Farina. Fiorina. Jesus Christ.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects, come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
I just want to say, you can't blame me for not liking her. Like, that's come on. I'm not talking shit about her right now, but that act she's putting on was way too good. So that's where my hate was stemming from.
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it. Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were, disturbing my enjoyment of the arts? They even dare to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Marche Chaussee Phantom are freaking out right next to them, too.
Stop trying to act tough here, Farina. You're actually beyond devastated right now, aren't you?
Of course not.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Excuse me?
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they? That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
Farina just ran off. Quick, we have to catch up with her.
This is so awkwardly quiet. It didn't feel like there were any stakes there at all.
This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick, come to Paimon before the rest of them catch up to you.
What is this place?
Hurry, they're almost here.
Fine. I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way.
Paimon's exhausted.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me. No, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed.
Girl, drop the act. This place is not what I call soundproof. You might want to lower your voice to stay hidden.
You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earthquake?
Another disaster just struck, I suspect.
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
Poisson?
It can't be. It's happening again.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Neuvillette made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already...
Has Frida finally reached her limit? Now that she's talking about her actual feelings, she's starting to look far less stiff.
It's true.
Trying to set this...
I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled.
But even then, you still haven't given up, right?
Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free.
Jesus Christ, girl. But that would also mean that hope would disappear.
Indeed. I've thought about giving up so many times. Especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry. I will keep hope alive for everyone until the very end. Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but
My thoughts
honestly,
exactly.
considering
Like the
my
way
rank
they-
and station, that wasn't a good fit at all.
The way they looked at each other like, oh my god, like, come on. Lay off the act. It is just us here. Like,
Don't take any of what I just said seriously.
I am
How could
so
I possibly
tired of
let
this
Fontaine
bitch.
fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest just now.
we're running out of time. We can't just go back to square one like this. I've got to get more information out of her. Farina, you might not have to shoulder this burden alone. Why can't they just let him say this, bro? Like, anyways, although I don't know what might be keeping you. Oh my blah. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you. I need my glasses, bro.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes. I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
She dissing me?
If that's the case...
There's no time left. Please, Farina, just spit it out. I love when the game has cutscenes. Oh, damn.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Just
this concludes my
expose
opening
this
performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
So, this is what it is.
How the hell they do this
Yes,
again?
you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do
Oh,
not
right.
forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
Bro, get
May
Phoenix
I
right in here
interpret
in
these
his girl's
words
career.
as your refusal to stand trial?
Objection!
In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
I'm happy. Kick her ass.
You would draw your blade against a god?
I absolutely would.
I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Kick her ass.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
I deserved something today.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
I didn't want much.
How utterly humiliating.
Lady Farina, what is the meaning of this?
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I will admit, that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes. You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in
I feel like
myself.
she about to crash out.
But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice. This time, I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words, this shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!
Woohoo! Oh, now we're making history.
Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
You could fertilize an entire field of crops with how much shit she's full of.
All right, then. Who will be my opponent in this trial?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
We were so close to getting her to tell the truth, and it still turned out like this in the end. It's okay, though. As long as we can defeat Fiona in court, we still have a chance to figure everything out. Bro, will this be the thumbnail? Something like, Jesus Christ. This might be the thumbnail. Gotta be honest. Little face-off is nice.
Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins. Just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
None of your business.
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates.
You see, real quick, just to show that I understood how they did this when I asked how they did this. That rumbling was them being underground on that little railway station. Or, not rail. You know what I mean.
They
I'm gonna let her
changed
talk.
into plain clothes
Go give you
and
a little
came to
speech.
the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was all we needed to turn smoldering anger into a flame. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
So, you mean... the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina?
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance in all of Fontanian history.
That's right. That house was a magic box, rather than someone's residence.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Araneas. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human. My thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome?
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
Got it.
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Sorry about that. We deceived you back there.
Then, I can guess Nervilette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching.
You lost, bro.
Thank you.
As for you, Traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you found me in Poisson. You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage.
No. You guessed wrong. Objection!
Oh?
My mission was to give you one last chance. We hope that you share your secret with us before the magic box arrives at this stage.
Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance. It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Yeah, the only thing we can do now is judge the Hydro Archon. Still, I can't help but be a little bothered by the conversation earlier. What if Farina wanted to say to me right before we arrived on stage?
Sir Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her, it should speed up the proceedings.
Huh?
Say less.
Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte! Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh? Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything that's happened ever since we stepped foot in Fontaine! So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our journey as evidence for an argument!
It's a super practical gift. I never would have thought of using it this way.
Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
I don't know why I'm bad at these like little judgment
You
parts.
defeated the Hydro Archon in the very
that's a
first
lot.
duel you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right. You defeated the Hydro Archon in the I didn't think that you'd wind up getting to the bottom of the case I'd been following all this time. I guess you could also see this as a happy coincidence.
Okay, wait. Okay, now I see how this works. So Fontaine can be dissolved by primordial sea.
This is the first time Monsieur Nervilette had a difference of opinion with the oratories. Even the Hydro Archon can't figure it out. A Fatui Harbinger. She's an extraordinary person. Her instinct must mean something. The fortress of Meripede was almost destroyed in a single day. That I didn't witness that scene personally will always be a source of professional regret, I think. According to Monsieur Nervilette, both Child and that whale should have been in the primordial sea at that time. I nearly lost my awesome friend Navia. To be honest, that still gives me shivers. words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood when something surreal happens to you.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on, nervy lad. There's no need to repeat all the unimportant legalese. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still haven't even been informed of my supposed guilt in all of this. Of course, it is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god. However, you will need more than that to convict me of a crime.
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon.
It just confused the hell out of me when he spoke. Like, wait a minute. Okay.
Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Take it away, Tanjiro.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for forsaking her duty, but did I hear that right? She's not our Archon at all?
Charge accepted. Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah, even though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either.
I did from the very beginning.
Lady Farina can be super irresponsible.
You can go back in the earlier streams.
But what grounds does that prosecutor have to make such a huge claim?
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory. See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. Are you sure you want to commit to a charge that will never be upheld? If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the God of Justice
You're not.
that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation. We will treat everything that's happened as a dramatic spectacle and move on with our lives.
The only dramatic
What
spectacle.
do you say to that?
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? We have to not only refute Farina's claims, but also overturn the long-held beliefs of the people.
The people only see you as their Archon because that's their long-held belief.
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. If you believe I'm not the Archon, then what manner of being do you think I am? And if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
I've got to think carefully. What do we know to be special about Farina exactly? All right. Because yeah, it was like the meeting with her. Let me keep. Oh, okay. All this is irrelevant.
First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to
I should have looked over all my
possess
evidence first.
an
I think I might be wrong here.
lifespan. And second of all, even if that wasn't the case, there could be other ways to extend your life.
Such as a curse.
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as to use a harbinger's words against me.
It doesn't matter who gave us the information. What matters is the veracity of the claim. But I've never seen that word before, so I don't even know if I said that right.
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
So, Farina, instead of an Archon, could you just be a cursed human?
Lady Farina is actually a human?
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible.
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove that I am merely a human being? Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. Gods can do what humans cannot. That's why they're worshipped as gods. For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the indemnitium that is used in every aspect of life.
Wait, that one trial proved the opposite. Friend actually has no control over the Oratrice at all. I mean, hold up, wait. Turns out that Fontaine needs to be dissolved by water from the primordial sea over the years. Once again, I'm kind of like shooting blind here.
That doesn't sound right.
Shit.
Paimon doesn't think this clue can be used.
Bet. Oh shit! I didn't even see. If I could fucking read, right? Like that's my that's straight up Yu-Gi-Oh player mentality right there. Put down a card, the card disappears. You don't know why the card disappeared because you didn't fucking read the card. It literally says right there exactly what happened. And just
You tried to reference the Oratrice, but weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared Child to be guilty without any proof? Otherwise, you should have come up with a good explanation for that by now.
embarrassing. Like for me, by the way, like just because I just royally messed up.
Didn't I make myself clear at the time? The decisions of the gods are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend. There is no need to provide an explanation.
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
Talk your shit, King!
You'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Farina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should respect and follow.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
The real Hydro Archon? Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
Do you hear yourself? A divine creation is flawed? Do you hear yourself?
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power over the Oratrice.
For the record, I can't see this bottom text. I'm not wearing my glasses, but I'm doing my best. So sure, we could put the Archis aside for now. But then, Miss Farina, could you give us a brief demonstration of your power as an Archon?
My power as an Archon. There are many ordinary citizens in the audience. How can I just carelessly demonstrate the formidable power of an Archon?
I know exactly where my glasses are. I just don't put them on. Don't be like me, kids.
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
You don't need to go that far.
A brief demonstration of her power over Hydro should be quite harmless. Surely an Archon can at least match the capacities of a human with a vision. I'm loving every minute of
Aren't
this.
you the Hydro Archon? Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro, much less the authority of a god?
I'm loving every second of this.
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium!
I've hated this woman since the moment I laid eyes on her when I started this game. Hated her. I landed in Fontaine and she got up on that little balcony and she was just an asshole. I knew right then and there she's not
Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives. Have you ever seen a more magnanimous god?
Isn't that a huge stretch?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even still be called a god?
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Carousel, we're quiet right now.
Hey, come now, everyone. Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar. I'm still the same Farina you knew, right? The one that you loved. Shouldn't you want to believe in me?
Nope.
Please, you've got to believe me.
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents too? And all of our ancestors? Ever since they were born?
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is? If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such, then what grounds have you to say that I'm not actually the real deal?
Wow, she came up with yet another argument. How can we refute her now? Seems like she really doesn't want to give up.
If we can't prove that she's an Archon, we try to prove that she's just a human. And if she's only a human... Alright, let me actually read this shit. A murder case unfolded in the midst of the house. They clearly the accusation leveled against them. Okay, no, that's not important. That's not it. Okay, so like, I think. Process of elimination, right? Damn it.
Doesn't...
Can't be this. Okay, right. I'm gonna pick like every wrong answer.
It has been established that all Fontanians
I don't get
can
it.
dissolve in water from the primordial sea. And that means...
You're gonna like throw water at her? Like an attempted murder in the middle of court.
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, taking many lives, including those of some of my closest friends. So, Miss Farina, would you dare to touch some of this seawater? If you are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching this seawater would have no effect on you. All it should do is strengthen your case.
Okay, so like I didn't pick that option because I kind of felt they wouldn't be this drastic in court, but they are putting on a performance, so I should have been thinking like that.
But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting guilt.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years. I guess her suggestion is valid.
Trial time, bitches. Okay, so like, hold on. There's a reason why I called you like a few minutes ago. The game did something weird where like maybe find another quest again. I thought I was gonna get messed up like I did in that one stream. But like everything worked out, so you know.
If Lady Farina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontanian like all the rest of us. Would she really dare to try?
Like I was literally gonna ask you if you could see what I have to do next. Come on. Don't.
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls outside the realm of standard court proceedings, you possess the right to decline participation.
Her whole facade's about to collapse. Bro, it's over.
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to participate is basically the same as a confession of guilt.
Like, long legs.
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word. It really does seem like she's quite terrified of it. That could only mean...
What's going on? Is she really planning to...
She won't.
That's not what we thought
no balls.
she would...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Farina, you may...
Hey!
Alright. Balls of tungsten steel. She actually... Jesus Christ.
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been dissolved! Will you believe me now?
Drink
I
it,
really
bitch.
am your Archon! I'm nothing like a normal human who would fall apart as soon as they touch this water! Really? Was this not the most obvious thing in the world?
Are you delayed?
Miss Siegewin, if you are present, Miss Siegewin, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siegewin?
Don't be nervous. It'll just take a few seconds. Let me see. That should be enough.
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court, Miss Siegewin.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. These indicate that she was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when exposed to primordial seawater of a similar concentration.
Thank you, Miss Siegewin. Lady Farina, you may return to the defendant's stand.
Oh wait, what did she just say? I didn't get dissolved! Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human. After all, on the off chance that something entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
Yeah, so
See,
out of
now I don't know
regard
why
for
you're saying
Farina's
no.
life, you secured a low-concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert witness. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used. Farina could have...
I can't believe... You...
I wouldn't even mess with some diluted version of this stuff. Like, that's terrifying. That's why to the game. See, like, I don't... Listen, if you want to be here, you can. I don't know what what's really going on here. Farina could not have known the consequences of touching that water as a human. Got tricked me. Ah, yeah, okay. You're shit talking her. I approve of that. Yes. This is too unlike who she actually, like how she actually acts. Unless it's more important for her to keep the facade and save her own life. So she really would have just died for the lie. Like, is that just? Like, is that all of this is just too much for me? Like, why would you even try to collect that seawater? Like, I'd be afraid of a drop touching me. But hadn't she given up on everything a long time ago? This is all for the bit. Like I'm just like.
Listen to me.
These people are insane.
Everyone, please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks. What happened just now didn't prove a single thing.
No, you're carrying a vial of that seawater and you trip, and then like somebody in front of you is just fucked. Like this.
Think about it. How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial seawater?
So why did you touch
it? Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water?
Because you're insane. You sound like you're on the verge of a mental breakdown.
Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me. I swear, I really am your Archon.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's any way left for Farina to win.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
Oh no.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. She's too stacked against her now.
She's about to go Ninetales.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is guilty.
You could feel the impact from that.
We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Farina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
It can't be. Did the Oratrice just declare Farina to be innocent?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus: the Hydro Archon, guilty, to be punished via the death sentence.
The death sentence?
I'm down with that.
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court. And it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice? What an unexpected twist.
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things so she'd tell us the truth. How did things escalate this quickly?
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, as well as its recommendations for criminal sentences, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah! Even Fauché wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind behind the serial disappearances case.
What's more strange is instead of Farina, the Oratrice rendered judgment on the Hydro Archon.
Indeed. Not only is Farina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Farina has never been the Hydro Archon in the first place.
So
but
she's
now,
not sentenced to death.
The Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
It means a different person.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
Fremine! You finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me will always be top priority.
Is that the first prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing slate.
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. It took me a long time to get around some dangerous stretches of water. But has the trial already concluded? Then doesn't that mean I've come too late? Oh no. Father will be disappointed in me.
Hold up, Cal. What you said actually warranted a Google search. Let's see. So if evidence is brought forth during a trial, the court will consider a motion for a new trial, but it depends on the evidence significance. Or if it could possibly change the verdict. I'm not saying it would work the same in Genshin, but like, I guess somebody just showing up would not necessarily be too far-fetched. Don't worry, the mystery hasn't been resolved yet. It's still not too late to... Wait, yeah, it's still not too late for you to shine.
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate.
I want everybody to see right now that Cal said they're making me play Ace Attorney. There's some things I can't discuss on screen that'll happen if I don't listen to this person. I'm not about to say what I was about to... Oh, that joke was about to go too far. Never mind.
Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates. and would like you to come here and confirm their contents.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
This looks... The previous Hydro Archon releasing her divine power, turning the oceans into human beings, so they can be saved?
I believe I've now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime.
Why didn't you do it?
It has to do with Fontaine's lost history.
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no, that's Farina, and we've already proven that she's not the Hydro Archon. So when you say Hydro Archon, do you mean the real Hydro Archon we've been kinda talking about?
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents of these stone slates. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
An association between the contents of the slates and the events in real life.
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of the other 3 stone slates. Paimon will do her best to help you remember.
Oh boy. Here we go. Nice.
Stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans. Does that mean that Fontanians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. But if Oceanids can turn into humans, then perhaps this process can be reversed as well. The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But the heavens still brought judgment down upon them. This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontanians were branded with their original sin. Does this mean that the original sin and the Hydro Archon sin are the same thing? The third slate shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea surrounded by many people. That reminds Paimon, didn't we also watch that happen to someone else? Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontanians have been talking about. People dissolving into the sea, the Hydro Archon crying on her throne, and so on. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? But after that incident, it was just a question of when and not if.
We know from the case of the serial disappearances of young women that Fontanians can be dissolved in primordial seawater, and the first stone slate tells us that long ago, the Hydro Archon used her power to turn Oceanids into humans. This might be the reason that Fontanians can dissolve. It's not as simple as falling into the sea. When Navia fell into the sea, her consciousness was subjected to judgment. The stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon in the sea. Could that be alluding to the same thing?
And now we're getting somewhere. Let's see. I don't want to mess any of these up, but like, okay. Flew into the sky, and the Hydro Archon and their people worship it together. But the heavens still brought judgment down upon them.
Perhaps what is about to take place has all happened before. The true sin of the Hydro Archon that Nervalette mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine by Celestia, as recorded on the stone slates.
So let's see. It shows a scene that is basically identical to what's described in the prophecy circulating throughout the Fontaine, and will eventually be dissolved in the sea, and the Hydro Archon will sit alone on her throne and weep. So what here?
That doesn't sound
Damn it.
quite.
I was doing so well. Alright, well, fuck it.
The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society, but not many people believed it at first. The fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded with primordial seawater, which we know can cause Fontanians to dissolve. It seems increasingly likely that the prophecy may come true. If we hadn't dealt with it in time, things could have gone very badly.
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater, converge, and take the form of an Oceanid. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Perhaps this means that her sin was actually Fontaine's original sin. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. She was surrounded by the people of Poisson in a court within her consciousness, and was forced to take part in a trial meant to make her stay. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meripede was the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass no matter what. The stone slate's contents can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together, loads of truths should come to light. It now, so that's how you can make sense of it. But then it feels like we're going to have to share some truly shocking revelations.
Let's hear them.
Couldn't even see that from the light, but Jesus. The first slate reveals that Fontainians are not real humans.
Incredible. Linny, did you hear that?
We're not real humans.
All Fontainians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their basis. The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontainians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vacher dissolved were also turned into Oceanids. Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial, all of them in the shape of Oceanids.
Indeed.
The second slate reveals that the crime of the Hydro Archon was a creation of
And it follows from the
Fontainians from
content
Oceanids.
of the first slate that she probably anchored Celestia by creating humans without prior permission. That could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty. It's to account for that ancient sin.
The Hydro Archon's true sin was creating us?
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese. The twists of history are often the most unexpected of all.
As for the third slate, I'm still at... Wait. Still at 80%? Well, close to 100, really. I'm still convinced that this should come after the fourth slate.
Yeah, isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea? So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate?
Wait a minute. The fourth slate depicts the fulfillment of the prophecy as already widely known.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already managed to connect so many pieces of the truth. However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information using a different power source. When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But since we only had 3 slates at the time, I was unable to come to a full conclusion. Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within. If everything goes well, we should finally be informed of the unadulterated truth.
Well? Did you get it?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. I will try to briefly summarize it for you.
Water lizard. He's not some mere lizard.
Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontainians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro Archon, as one of the seven, did not possess the authority to create a new form of human life. Not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process. But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original forms as Oceanids. Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea.
This motherfucker just aura farm in the middle of his explanation. Like, bro, we get it. You're cool. Come on.
That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
So we were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing.
Here's one thing I'm not getting, though. So, like, okay, like, the people of Fontaine weren't humans. And if you're not from Fontaine, then you won't turn into primordial sea. Like, you won't turn into a puddle because you're not an Oceanid. But, like, is all of these people in Fontaine just purebloods? Like, nobody moved to Fontaine from Mondstadt, had a kid. Like, would that kid turn into seawater because they touched primordial seawater? Shut up. Just, yeah.
Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian, but it does answer a lot of our questions.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, correct.
So they're in the right order. What's the third slate supposed to represent then?
A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids.
Not now, though.
They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from the primordial sea. The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice. You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate. Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice.
Can't be.
Yes, it refers to our present situation.
I think I'm following now. So, what you're saying is, even though we decided to put on this trial to avoid fulfilling the prophecy, in truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now, it seems, we're the ones making sure it comes true.
What should we do?
I don't know. I feel like there's no way out of this.
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what it feels like to be a prisoner of fate?
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions. About the fourth slate, you probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Masquerade served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes? However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come. As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before.
I have? Wait, could it be?
This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root cause of the disaster.
All right. Are we just doing one? So let's see. The secrets of the fortress of Masquerade have been protecting us. Wait.
That doesn't sound...
Damn it. I feel like it can't be the whale. Like,
it was both dream and reality.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
Fight this thing? Hey, that's my goat. See, this game is awesome when it wants to be. Where the hell have you been?
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the opera house? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
I never thought he was dead. Hold up. That was... Okay, he's... Hold on. I gotta read this little Aaron Yeager speech right here. Thought I was chasing freedom, but for every step led me deeper into face pain. I was never meant to escape. Oh, listen. I appreciate your rough drafts of 3 Days Grace music. Alright, but just, you know. Anyways, that's right. I wagered it was also the one the child saw when he was young.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while. It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontanians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood vessels with primordial seawater.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontanians nigh impossible to resist. Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food. Food in the form of Fontanians.
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again once it's managed to recover its strength?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. Without him, the whale would have likely come onto land far sooner. From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
Wait a minute, Golden. Are these song lyrics? Is that what you've been doing this whole time?
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we definitely didn't expect it to help us out like this. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy, all we need to do to stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
It is too late.
What do you mean?
It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and swim off towards some other world.
That's not something I will accept. We've already done everything we can, and we even found the true culprit. We've come so far. You can't just tell me that the last hurdle is some impossible foe. That's just not fair.
Indeed, that's not how a grand performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end, no matter what.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
After everything, it turned out like this. We couldn't fight against fate. Wait. But if this is all about fate...
Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners, where the gods' gaze does not fall? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part.
Could it be, even if the prophecy will be fulfilled, there'll still be a way to save everyone? But did I miss something? Wait, I forgot about Farina. What was that she wanted to say to me at the last moment in the giant magic box? What was her real secret? The cutscene? Hell yeah.
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina! No, I still need answers.
Who be ye?
You.
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Farina. Who are you?
The sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Focalor. You know, the god.
Focalor? Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded.
No.
One was not amused.
Stop that before
In
Cal
fact,
sorts you out.
one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro
Too late.
Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum. I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles. Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that prophecy coming to pass. I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Farina is only human, isn't she? Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being. I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure. It must have been torture for her.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, I most definitely owe her an apology for it. It's been 500 years, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
So Focalor is a bitch, is what I collected from that. All of the anger I've been pointing at Farina. I came into contact with Farina's tears. If I'm remembering correctly, the tears often contain the being's strongest emotions. With sufficiently strong hydrosensitivity, I can form an emotional connection, just like I did with the ocean and at the fountain of the scene. Wait, could this be Farina's inner world? Farina? What is she doing on stage? Wait a moment. It probably isn't Farina. That's likely a reflection of her inner self. Are you regretting hating her right now? Was my hate really ill-placed? I mean, just because she's a meat puppet doesn't mean that I'm wrong. She was still... Right? Yes. We're gonna keep going. Because she didn't have to act like that. Golden, if you start messing with Carousel, you're getting time out. If I could directly speak to that self, I might be able to easily get what I wanted to know. I came here for answers. And either way, this opportunity is not to be missed. Let me try talking to her. Golden, you choose your next words very carefully. I won't have women getting harassed in my chat. I ain't taking the stairs. I'm taking the stairs. See, he can't explain because I already threatened him.
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my august self, but I must ask you to keep to the rules.
Come on, it's me.
All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance.
But I don't see an audience here.
Oh, do not jest.
So the stage
Can
lights
you
go
not
off,
feel
please,
it?
only for 1 second. What in the dokie is going on here?
I am Focalor. The eyes of countless
become myself
Fontanians
again?
are upon me. I must, at all times, display the utmost elegance and nobility.
Something's off. There's no getting through to her. Even in her heart of hearts, she's still playing the role of the Hydro Archon. Wait. Some sort of resolve must... Wait. Wait. Oh, no. Jesus Christ, it doesn't say wait. Where are my glasses? Okay. What sort of resolve must she have that her inner self and subconscious would have such an impenetrable defense? There we go. And that's to find a way. See what I mean? She's annoying and self-centered. I agree, but at the same time, I think there's something like... Hang on. You know, she might have layers. Like an onion. Damn. I missed anyways.
Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
Okay, so she's gonna be a bitch.
Got something for you.
Should have upgraded my gear. Take a minute.
This'll pack a punch. Wind blade.
Masquerade.
Justice is served. You stand condemned.
I'm probably gonna have to do this 2 more times, I know, but...
Their penance is due. You stand condemned. Guilty. Surrender.
Leave it all to me.
Yeah, your boy is healing. You're in the corner. Oh yeah, yep. You're cooked.
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
It's right here fighting me.
As a good knight should. Steady as stone.
Did you jump off the stage for a second? That distracted the hell out of me. Ow. You missed.
Nowhere to run. Surrender.
Got something for ya. Ever seen one of these?
Wind blade.
Ah, you weren't close enough, you bitch. Where are you going? That. Why did you just get your help? What the fuck? They just cheated me, like. You can't be serious.
Leave it all to me.
Like, we all just saw this bullshit play out firsthand, right?
I must leave no stone unturned. I'll catch up.
You can't heal in the middle of a fight. You're not a player.
I missed a spot. Someone needs to...
Judgment is upon you. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. You stand condemned. Surrender.
This'll pack a punch.
With the wind. Nowhere to run.
You missed.
Got something for...
Okay. Jesus Christ. Wait a minute, let me read. Jesus Christ, you guys have said a lot. Believe it or not, you're spared. Okay. Why are those machines so bulky? Well, they're not bulky. I just suck. Like, I don't have my gear upgraded and whatnot. That's the main issue here. But yeah, that's all the spotlight's turned off. If Furina's hurt, they might have symbolized the eyes of the people on her. Okay. Or I said in Furina's heart. Not if she's hurt. Jesus Christ. Speaking of which, I just received some sort of signal. Was that her true voice? A ticket? When did that end up here? Somebody's about to get on the Polar Express. Either way, it looks like the show's about to begin. In that case, show me how you truly feel, Furina. Oh boy. It's ready to put a clock up. Don't.
Farina. Farina.
Look, I didn't cry in Samara. I'm not gonna cry
that?
here. Come
Who's calling me?
on. Be for real.
Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am before you.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this be?
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror me. What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know. I think. I don't know why, but it's in my head somehow. The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn things around. It is the reason why you met me today. I will tell you how to save everyone, but you may have to suffer somewhat.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and with so much certainty. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that the first thing that came to mind was, why do I have to be the one to suffer? But if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? So if I've already met you as my magical meeting in this world, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the other, is it not obvious where the scales should tilt?
You truly are the perfect human. My ideal. I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Play as a god?
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You simply need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Being a human yourself, I'm sure you already know what such an entity would be like. Remember, your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity, but contending against humanity.
I'm still not sure I understand, but I'll try. I'll try to do this. So, how long am I going to have to play this role?
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. You will endure and not grow old until your task ends. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved.
A trial, huh? How exciting. I'll be looking forward to it.
All right, intermission. We can talk about that. Hold up. Okay, see. Now that I've heard her speaking and not being a total dick, I kind of feel... Hey, yo, Cal, Golden's in the chat talking shit. Give him 5. I want to see it happen. You know what? Let me defend you this time. Ah, shit. Well, never mind. You already did it. See, don't talk to Cal like that. But oh, 10 seconds? Alright, bet I'll give you 5. $5 minutes. How dare you try to test Cal's gangster? Anyway.
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, I still don't know. Perhaps I should first try to act natural.
Summon courage.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and welcome to the Opera Epiclese. I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Verena de Fontaine, your new Archon.
Appear on Ernest.
In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all. As the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all within my power to lead you into an age of fairness and justice.
Close politely.
Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to the Maison Cardinalise. The future of Fontaine will require us to work together, after all. This should do it. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my thoughts just fine. Okay, and next.
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more assertive.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest. What's the difference between her and an ordinary person, then?
Oh, I'm an asshole.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison-backed puppet.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake?
Please, somebody say something nice about this
This is
nigga.
bad. If I get exposed here, there'll be no saving the people from the prophecy. Right.
Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Farina. Think. What do the people want? How would they imagine a god to speak and act? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. One who can dispel all doubt. That is the character I'm fated to play. Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership of this opera house, would the children of Fontaine follow them?
Well, I stand corrected.
Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous trials alongside my august self here in this opera house. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere. Now then, let us be reintroduced.
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my accession speech.
Resolutely. With conviction.
My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid sin.
Turn up the drama.
The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its god. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice. And on the other, praise and applause. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine.
Okay, Palpatine, calm down. I wonder what happens if I actually press, like, close politely. Oh, wait. No, yeah, emphatically. Not empathetic. Okay, end speech emphatically.
There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. All that is needed is for you, my people, to believe in it, heart and soul. So long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as I stand before the Oratrice, I shall even judge the gods of this world!
Oh, she can run now.
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Come now. Was I not just at the Opera House in person? Leave these kinds of things to Neuvillette. Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
If I may be so impertinent, what kind of trial are you truly looking forward to?
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous trial. A trial to end all things.
How could you hope to understand?
That's true. I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties. The trial I await. It will come one day.
Lady Verena, I don't know what to say. Thank you for agreeing to see me.
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Long have you stood in line to meet me, have you not? Oh, I'm afraid that's just an inevitable consequence of my divine charm. All right, Deoteria, is it? How is your son's illness?
You remembered me, and you knew of my family, too. He is doing much better now. In fact, he is
Jack
far
can't see
more
that
of an
goal.
ardent believer than I. He was the one who forced me to seek an audience with you, and to bring your words back to him.
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future, please do not hesitate to come and tell me. Going down to citizens' homes every so often, while not usual practice, should serve as a fine change of pace.
Wait a minute.
You're such a gentle and wise God. Thank you once again, on behalf of my son.
I didn't even get the chance to tell Cal to do it. I was gonna tell Cal to do it, but
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports. As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of, I'm afraid things still don't look good.
I see. It's as I thought then. As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see how far your human wisdom would allow you to analyze it. All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass. Forget it. That's not something you need to worry about right now.
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute is also trying to find a way to counter the rising water levels.
Really? Have they found anything?
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective solution thus far.
Oh, is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue has reached the realm of the gods, after all. Still, their spirit is praiseworthy.
you know what's funny? I kept saying over and over again that I would watch a Genshin TV show, and then that's what this essentially became. And then I started complaining about the fact that I was just watching conversations. I asked for this. So I asked for this. There was barely any gameplay in this entire country.
The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. There are no longer any voices of suspicion. Maybe this is fine. I just need to keep going, and everyone will be saved. All right, Farina, don't think too hard about this. You need rest. Tomorrow's a new day.
This is going on longer than I thought it would.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary of the follow-up.
There'll be no need for that. I've seen them already. There's no need to go back over scenes I've witnessed in person before.
Lady Farina, I've waited so long for this chance to see you in this manner.
Indeed, my dear, loyal citizen. This joyous moment is an honor for us both.
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed should anything come up at the Institute. I don't think I let anything slip today. I must show the people that there is nothing to worry about. I just don't know when these days will end. I feel utterly exhausted. Best to rest early today, too.
Lady Farina, it's like a dream being able to speak with you up close like this. I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deoteria, almost 20 generations ago.
And what a fine family yours is indeed. It brings me great joy to meet such a faithful believer, a descendant of a line most ardent.
Surely you exaggerate, Lady Farina. My lady?
What is it, good citizen?
Oh, are you crying?
Oh, really now? I didn't even notice. This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the waters, can I?
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your power, then. Oh, Archon, I am honored to have witnessed it. Honored indeed.
Man, these people are just really drinking the Kool-Aid.
So interminable. So lonely. Just how much longer? Hundreds of years must have passed by now. Perhaps the show must go on for hundreds more. I never imagined that it would hurt so much. Have I reached my limit? No. Perhaps I reached it long ago. Today I didn't even notice my own tears. I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. But would that not destroy all I've done so far? I've conducted so many investigations across the centuries, but there's not even a sliver of hope that we might break the prophecy.
I wouldn't say it's
All I
happy,
can do
actually.
is keep heart. I must maintain this act. It is the only way to save Fontaine. Please, mirror me.
You have to succeed.
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone. Your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
That's my voice. In this scene from when were we within the Great Magic Box? Ah, okay. This is great. I didn't think this scene would be playing in their inner world. Surely I forgot what she wanted to tell me this time.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case... He's right. I could confide in him, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected, the people of Fontaine will be the ones to pay the price. No, Farina. You shouldn't be selfish. But what if it's really alright? Farina, you've worked so hard for so long. Surely it would be okay to put yourself first for once. Just this once. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? To find someone in whom you can confide your frustrations and sorrows? Surely it could not hurt. If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, it might never come by again. Think about it long and hard.
I was wrong. I was so drastically wrong. No, yeah. Okay, I'll put Karis on a 10-second timer. No. Okay.
No, I have nothing to say. I am Farina, the Archon of Fontaine. Everything will surely get better. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
Fine.
Carousel Cal said all because they're about to ban you. So I hope you enjoy that.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principles, you must first deceive yourself. She did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, Fontaine would have been doomed to the most tragic fate. It seems that, trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works.
Do it, Cal. Put it right
But
next to
that is
Gold.
only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine? That is the most important thing.
Ah,
You made me
good,
look
good.
bad.
Of course, the Udex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered?
Cal, ban Cal in chat.
My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratrice. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority had to be, accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all a part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Oratrice. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia, and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
But...
Now, wait a second, April. Didn't I say that? Didn't I? Didn't I say something about him being the Oh! I might as well just not play this game anymore. I know how it ends. Wow.
No, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign.
And I'm not even talking about like the dragon part. Like I'm talking about like him being the Archon
all
part.
you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked.
Because when I said that Farina isn't the Archon, I was like, oh, is it him? That's what I said. So like, just because I knew he was a dragon. That was a separate guess. Like, ooh. Apparently, Carousel can't say the word death. I don't like. That's weird.
Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
I just watched a little girl die in Samaria. Why be doing this again?
I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontanians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, justice is the continuation of that existence. Defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on, that should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or all other Fontanians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our land, when you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, I see now that that was your idea too. At last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have even attempted to feel as they feel. You are a devious one, Focalors. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Not Raggedy too. Wait. Oh wait. Thank you, Karina, for all you've done. Is she all right? Okay, yeah, she's gonna. Okay, yeah. From now on, please live happy as a human, just as I wish we could.
I, Eudex Nuvelet, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Yeah.
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry.
You obtained power? Just now?
Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice.
You mean me?
The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. The beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring Narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
Don't tell me they're about to throw me into this. Oh shit! I need intermission. I need. I should have broken this stream in half. Oh my god! I can't.
It's huge!
I've already done my best to separate the power of the
What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together. Sorrow turning into hostility.
I guess I gotta hit it when it's going in. Okay. Oh my.
Nowhere to run.
What do you think, Sino? Kick ass. Oh shit. It hurts when it hits back. Okay, wait. Ah.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. A chance will present itself.
Forget you, little bitch. Oh god! Did I just lose? What the fuck? Sir, your beats are too hard. Wait a minute. I didn't know y'all got down like this.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
Oh no, I'm panicking.
I'll catch up.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
The instructions don't stay long enough. What am I doing? Stop it!
This is a new one.
What is... Oh!
This one.
Wait, no, I'm still fucking up.
Someone needs assistance.
Manifest the authority of the ancient dragons. Witness the might of the primordial seed.
I have no idea what's happening. Did you have to throw my guy like that? Like...
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. Should have been my job, but... oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point. But they bumped into one another earlier than I thought.
Why does skirk sound like a slur?
I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
Disciple? Your master's pet?
That power. Who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world.
I have an outfit just like that.
So you may speak to me as equals.
What sort of person would take an all-devouring narwhal as a pet?
I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point being?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's master. Wait, is that right?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did. His name is Sertologi.
Who?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfalnir then? Or Gold Rhine-daughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhine-daughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhindaughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait! Didn't you also mention a visionary person? Paimon didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
No. There's little to be surprised about, Paimon. It is natural, after all. The prophecy will surely come true. We knew this and accepted it. However...
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
One hell of a movie, huh?
All hands, initiate emergency rescue!
Alright, Fontaine's not boring anymore.
Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Everybody that was in that prison is okay.
Are you alright?
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong. The Spina di Rasula attacks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Nadia, spokesperson of the Spina di Rasula, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Nadia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. You just need a little of it. Skyship Winglet, Booner Brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Jurier turning out to be a once overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him and his team. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia?
How are you reading
They sound
that?
like real big shots.
They might have been real big shots from the start. We just didn't meet them in that capacity.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed to the margins with good news to calm people down. The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
The articles do make me curious about how things will play out.
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything happen from start to finish? What's there to be curious about?
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. There are some things you'll only know when you get there.
Now see, I know they're not gonna do it, but like that right there would have been the perfect opportunity to introduce a new like travel companion. Hey, let me check something out real quick. I just gotta, because there's a cutscene I have to play like in the stream. How long is that? It's only 5 minutes. Okay. So like, wait a minute. I just want to see how long this finale part is gonna be. Just see if I could probably like just cut this off real quick. Because it's been nearly 4 hours. I don't like doing this. Shit, what do you two think? Should I just continue? Because I wondered if these conversations will last long enough. So is Fina getting her apology stream? Crystal, don't you have school tomorrow? What are you doing? Hold up. I can do co-op. Hang on, so I'm just trying to like see like how long this quest is along with the, you know what? No. because we can easily just add some co-op into the next stream. So it's been like, wait a minute. It's almost been 4 hours. I'm gonna cut this off because I don't know how long this next quest is gonna actually take me. So thank you all for tuning in. I hate to do this to you, but at the same time, I should have cut this stream in half. But thank you all for tuning in, and for those who joined us the video, I appreciate you just as much. If you stuck around this long, you definitely earned a cookie. We won't be on Genshin next week because next week is a Halloween event, like all throughout the week. So like next Wednesday, you know, just maybe I can do 2 streams. You know what? Nah, maybe I can do this next week, and maybe I can do 2 streams next Wednesday. We'll have to see. But you know, yeah, Halloween starts on Saturday and it ends on next Friday. So make sure you check out Halloween when it comes up. 3 links in the description. My brother's channel, go check him out, show him some love. Then there's the Discord we're running. It's a community we're building up. You can join, you can talk to us, you can suggest games, it can just make you more part of everything we do. You know, just a lot more involvement. And then there's the donation link if you want to support the channel that way. It's down there so you can. So with all that being said, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join us in this and many other awesome adventures. I will see you on the next one. It's been your boy. Good night, but not goodbye.